What's going on, peeps? My name is Simon. You're watching Soundwave TV, transforming your video experience. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. We have reached the end of another year. 2014 is just about to be in the books. A lot of things happened this year, and I want to give you a little piece of my mind about who really got it in this year. Who had the biggest year. What things were huge in this about to be past year of 2014. I'm going to get into it. In no particular order. Not one in front of the other. Number 14. The Knowles Carter family. Beyonce got a big award at the VMAs. Everything. She had the biggest video at the beginning of the year. She had the biggest video at the end of the year. She started off with a Drunken Love, breaking records in the wintertime, and now we're about to be in the wintertime again, and 7-Eleven is big. And even with the whole elevator fight deal, they still come out looking ahead of the pack. Because think about it. When is the last time we talked this much about Solange? Like, ever. Like, she got married this year, and the next project she comes out with, people are going to be focused on it. Makes me wonder if that whole elevator fight thing was staged. Anyway, number 13, Shonda Rhimes. Shonda Rhimes owns Thursday night. Not just ABC, but the whole prime time centers around either a show that she wrote, or a show that she created, or a show that she produced. I was a little hesitant because I was thinking 3 shows from the same person is a little much. Because, Seth MacFarlane really couldn't pull it off on Fox. But she got Grey's, Scandal still doing big numbers, and the new show, How to Get Away with Murder. I can only really do one. I'll watch Scandal. The other 2 I kind of just fall back on. But I hear they're all pretty good, so I'll go back and check out How to Get Away with Murder. Viola Davis is from the great state of South Carolina, so I got to go and support her. Number 12, Obscure Characters. Obscure Characters had the biggest year this year. If you had told me last year that the 3 of the biggest movies would be Guardians of the Galaxy, Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and Maleficent, I would have told you were crazy. Think about it this. Maleficent. Nobody's favorite character, nobody's favorite bad guy from nobody's favorite Disney movie, Sleeping Beauty, ended up making huge numbers. That's how much we love Angelina Jolie. I thought this movie was going to crash and burn, but it soared high. Mr. Peabody and Sherman. If you told me that the sidekick characters from Rocky and Bullwinkle, their movie would do better than Rocky and Bullwinkle's actual movie, I would have told you were insane. But it worked out. And then you got the Guardians of the Galaxy, the superhero team that ain't nobody know about. And I tried it. I didn't even really know anything about the Guardians of the Galaxy myself until I saw Rocket Raccoon in the Marvel vs. Capcom game. But they had one of the biggest hits of the summer. And I ain't seen Guardians of the Galaxy on the comic book shelf in a long time. And this is somebody who's been in the comic book shop every other week since 2002. So, Obscure Characters had a huge year this year. Number 11, Monet Davis. Baby girl just throwing the flames, just like wham, wham, wham. And her team couldn't quite get to the finals. They couldn't get that Little League World Series ring. But, she was lighting it up. And the thing about it is, softball not even her best sport. Basketball is. So, she's 11, 12 years old? So, the college scouts definitely going to be checking out for her in the years to come. All right. Number 10, Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland has become the center of the sports universe. Despite the Browns and the Cavaliers not really winning jack, Johnny Football and King James have been the topic of discussion at the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year, at the end of the year. Did you think you'd be watching as much Cleveland Cavaliers basketball or Cleveland Browns football to see what's going to happen with Johnny Manziel? Did you really? I didn't think that LeBron was going to go back to Cleveland myself. Like, he ain't leaving Miami. Are you kidding me? That owner dude, Dan Gilbert, left that nasty little letter on the website, called him a narcissistic coward. Or we're going to win a championship before the king ever does, and they can't even get into the playoffs. I'm like, how you going to hate from outside the playoffs? You can't even get in. Let go. Anyway, LeBron went home. You know, I guess he wanted to be the man in Cleveland, bring a championship to his hometown. But I mean, it's not really his hometown because he's from Akron anyway. But his reasons are his own, so we'll be watching in the months and years to come. You know, Johnny Football actually got in the game, didn't do all that well. But I mean, he's a rookie, so you know, he's living it up. But hopefully he'll have a better next season than this season. Number 9. Racist/prejudice NBA team owners. Oh, they had a big year this year because they actually profited from their racism and or prejudice. We'll start with the Clippers. Donald Sterling was a garbage owner for a trash team for a long time. He paid, I want to say, $10 million for it back in the day. Now, because of he got caught with his pants down, got recorded by old girl V. Stiviano on the freaking Cobra Commander mask. The NBA, all they can really do was force him to sell. And he's going to sell the team for $2 billion when he only paid like $10 million for it back in the 80s. That's profit. And then the dude from the Hawks, he going to snitch on himself, talk about black people were late to the games and he couldn't really get white people are afraid of black people in Atlanta. That's why we couldn't get anybody to the Hawks. No, you can't get any money from the Hawks because your team is sorry and can't get out the first round. But anyway, he snitched on himself and he gonna end up selling his part for, I think, $500 million. So like, I never knew that's how great it is to have money in this country. You can profit from your racism/prejudice towards people. Anyway, number 8, hackers. Oh, hackers were getting it in this year. Like, celeb news were not safe. Like, all random celeb news were just popping up all willy-nilly. Now, normally I try not to check it out, but I mean, it's just I'm sitting at home one Sunday, and then I'm scrolling through my timeline, and all I see is making good boobies, making good boobies, making good boobies. And I kind of got a felt a little funny about it because she's the preacher's wife, but, you know what I'm saying, after looking at her racket, is like, God is good. Definitely. But anyway. Oh, and Sony. Sony got caught with their pants down again. Like, if it ain't the PlayStation Network, then the hackers got Sony having to put back the release of the interview. Sony got to get it together. But anyway, hackers were going ham this year. Let me look. Number 7, Casey Catanzaro. Oh, baby girl won the prelims for the American Ninja Warrior contest. And if you never watched American Ninja Warrior, it's this crazy obstacle thing. And they hop and flip and do all that crazy stuff. And she's like the first woman to like make it all the way through. Because most people just like wipe out at the beginning. But she got through it. And I think she's like crazy agile. And I'm thinking maybe her height gives her a little bit of an advantage. It seems like a disadvantage, but it ended up being an advantage because you can have a lower center of gravity and you're not as, you don't have many things dangling. I'm trying to think here. Oh, yeah. Number 6, this is kind of a tie, white slash female rappers. White rappers and female rappers are doing better this year. I'll start with the female rappers. All we talked about this year was Iggy Azalea, Azalea Banks, Nicki Minaj. We talked about Remy Ma. Remy Ma didn't even have no song out. She didn't have no mixtape out. She just got out of jail. We just happy to see Remy Ma. The female rappers, I think, are doing better than most of the dudes. Because all I heard about this fall was Dej Loaf with Try Me. Let me think here. You know, Iggy was just everywhere. Snatched up headlines. You know, I don't think she's making a mockery of black people or making a mockery of black culture. I just think she's a wannabe. And there's a fine line between being a wannabe and making fun of people. But there you go. On the white rappers are doing awesome this year. You know, Macklemore sweeping up awards. I see Action Bronson everywhere. I'm trying to think. All I know is that I think the white rappers doing just had a good year this year as like 91, 92. I think. Oh yeah, number 5, beards. People with beards were getting it in this year. I don't know, the ladies are just obsessed with beards nowadays. Like they want dudes just to be all scruffy and shaggy like Duck Dynasty or whatever. But you know, they just obsessed with beards this year. It's like they'll just prop up any like whack dude they can grow hair out of his face. I didn't get caught in it, but you know, whatever. Number 4, TMZ. Oh, TMZ had an awesome year this year. Oh, they was getting in left and right. They brought not one, but 2 major sports organizations to their knees. They caught of course, you know about Donald Sterling. They caught him on tape. You know, they put him on blast. And then they got the tape, the Ray Rice tape. It's like, I knew as soon as TMZ got a sports division, it was going to be on and popping. So that is like a wake-up call to all the major sports organizations, PGA, NHL, World Boxing, UFC. Get your house in order. Get your house in order, because if TMZ spots the scandal, they're going to put you on blast. Number 3, Ariana Grande. Now, she had an awesome year this year, because I'm thinking, and I was a little hesitant, I'm thinking, this little dummy girl off Nick, is she really going to be the next big thing in music? And it turned out she was. Got number 1 song in the country. She wasn't even sweating. You know, she was on Sam and Cat. I'm thinking, I don't know, this little dummy girl off Nick, is she going to do anything? And it turns out she got a pretty alright voice. She ain't even sweat it. They canceled Sam and Cat. She ain't even blink. I'm going to get his number 1 song and keep it rolling. Get all the awards and all the headlines. Alright. Number 2, Ice. Anything Ice related had a huge year in 2014. Because I'm like this. I'm in Augusta. State of Georgia got completely slammed by ice storm back in February, like right before Valentine's Day. Had us without power for like a week. And it's like, we really have to reevaluate our winter preparedness, because we just got caught completely unaware. Like, the traffic was like jammed up in I-20 up in Atlanta, and then we had no power here, and it's like, you don't realize how many things you need electricity for until you don't have it. Frozen was everywhere. I swear, like the movie, if I had kids sing Let It Go one more time, I'm going to lose it. It's just like, get your kids some singing lessons. And Halloween, that's all the girls want to do. All I see was a flood of Elsas and a flood of Anyas. Frozen was huge in 2014. Disney is determined to make Frozen a thing. They wanted a big musical. We do musicals again, and they got it done. trying to think who and what was the biggest thing in 2014? In my opinion, Seattle. The city of Seattle was winning. And first of all, the Seahawks completely blew the Denver Broncos out of the water 43-8. And it was like they had Peyton Manning look like he had never played a football game before. Like, this dude, he a Super Bowl champion. You know, Russell Wilson out here, he just got in the league. He ain't gonna be that good in the game. And he just ran all over. Richard Sherman been running his mouth all year. And Marshawn Lynch has been running up and down the field all year. Seattle, you know, Sir Mix-a-Lot had a little viral video with the little symphony girls twerking and shaking it to Baby Got Back. Baby Got Back was sampled from Nicki Minaj's song Anaconda, which is one of the biggest songs of the year. You know, and you gotta look at Seattle. They got a $15 minimum wage. Are you kidding me? $15? I don't deal with rain, but if you can get $15 minimum wage, that is thinking I might have to move out there. I don't know. I don't deal with the weather too much. And I guess they got legal marijuana if that's your thing, if you indulge. So, City of Seattle, they're winning this year. They had a good city. Emerald City was on and popping this year. Well, anyway, that's just my take on what was big in 2014. Leave your comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined. I think this might be my longest vlog ever. So, hopefully you guys like the long forms. If you like the shorter videos, I might have to do shorter videos in the future. Alright, until next time, this is Soundwave signing off. Peace. Happy New Year, everybody. Later.